Welcome back. Let's see if we remember how to do this. It's Movie Time Podcast, episode 30. That's 30 episodes coming to these mics and saying words about movies.
And we still only have 100 listeners.
I know that's right. Now, a lot of that might have to do with me.
And me.
Probably me too, but you know.
Landon's over here like...
Collective.
Says nothing.
It's a collective group.
Me and Seth are like, me, Landon.
Landon's like, I
Silent.
probably did something. Honestly, here, Landon, I'm going to move that back and move it more towards where it's direct on. King. I love that shit. You know what else I love?
Movies.
Being with my homies.
Oh.
Hey, it's been a while.
It
Talking
has
about
been.
movies.
Been like 3 weeks.
You guys have been busy.
So have you.
I know. We're all busy. You guys just got back from Hawaii?
I don't know what that accent was.
Hawaii.
There you go.
Cutting that. First cut of the show. First, okay. You guys just got back from Hawaii? I still kind of use an accent.
No, it was better though, because there is like a EE at the end.
Yeah.
So it was better.
Cool.
Yeah, you're good.
Honestly, I want to hear about that first. This episode, to give an idea, we're gonna catch you guys up on everything that we've been doing because it's been a couple weeks. We're gonna talk about all the movies that we've been watching, and that we've seen in theaters and whatnot, and even just at home. But no, tell me about Hawaii.
Dude, it was fun. It was, that's the 4th time we've been there?
To that island, yeah.
Yeah, we keep going back to Kauai. It's the best island. Only downfall is there's no movie theater. So
2 weeks with no movie theater was
Yeah.
tough.
I'm sure,
honestly.
dude.
things
Yeah.
come out. I mean, one battle after another, which we'll talk about. And then knowing that it only had 2 weeks in IMAX being
Yeah.
replaced by freaking Tron.
Yeah, man. And we'll talk about that too, because anyway.
But no, it's fun. We just do the same thing over and over and over in Hawaii, and it doesn't really get old.
What do you do?
Beach, we go to the beach.
Go to that little hidden beach. We don't want to talk about it because the more you
It's
talk
hidden.
about it, then the less hidden it gets.
Well, and contrary to what Jackson thinks, we actually do get quite a few listeners. We actually average about 750 listeners per episode. So
We actually what though?
average.
We actually how many times did you say that?
So this has been the last episode of the It's Movie Time podcast. No, but we do pretty well. Yeah, don't tell them. It's a great beach.
It is a great beach. And I was going to say probably the biggest waves we've seen at that beach.
Really?
I don't know, though, because when we were there with Seth, and he got cooked and lost his brand new
His
sunglasses.
$600 glasses.
Sad, dude.
Those were pretty big.
They were nice sunglasses.
But there was one point where I thought that my mom was going to drown.
Oh.
And so I was like underneath the water holding her up as I was like, the waves were just coming. And it was like 3 huge waves in a row. And I was just under the water the whole time trying to
Dang.
make sure my mom didn't drown.
Well, then all of that's happening, and our dad's on his own. He's getting thrashed, and all of a sudden it finally kind of calms down, and he pops up, just, holy shit. It's just like, well, there you go.
Dude.
Yeah, it was fun.
That sounds fun, man.
It was a lot of fun.
I gotta
If you're
go
not
back.
If you're not about to die, you're not having fun out there.
Yeah, if there's not at least a 10% chance that I could drown in the waves, I don't want to be there.
You don't want the waves. I will say, like, those are the most fun waves where it's like, you know you're good, but, like, you want to feel the power of the earth move you.
Yeah, it was good. We took the boogie boards down a couple times. Me and Landon got really good at body surfing.
Of course.
I wouldn't say like really good. I probably look like an idiot, but
But we're moving.
it's fun. Had some really weird stuff happen.
Yeah.
We didn't even tell you, Seth.
We were at the beach. It was just us.
Just you two?
No,
What?
so just like my family and Allie. And then there was another group of people came down. It was 2 women. One of them was probably like 30. The other girl looked like she's like 18 to like 22. And then 2 kids that were probably 8 to 10. And we're just getting out of the water.
Well, we went into that little river to like clean off, right?
Yeah.
And the kids were in the river before we got there. And when we got there, they went to go get in the ocean. And then when we walked back, Allie was like, I think those kids in the ocean are naked. And we're like, what the heck? That's weird. Whatever. We didn't pay much attention to it. We're all picking up our stuff to go. And then all of a sudden, like the 20-year-old girl just rips her top off and just starts booking it into the ocean.
Wow.
But
Double
then,
D's?
But then, I don't know.
We didn't
try
see
not
it.
to,
Yeah.
Try not to pay attention.
Oh,
But-
yeah, me neither.
But they're all like jumping all over each other.
Like
and
they're all like,
tackling each other in the water.
yeah,
and
like
stuff,
these
and
two
I'm
little
like,
kids and then like a 20-year-old woman are like wrestling naked in
They've
the
got to
ocean.
be foreign.
No, they were speaking English. I heard them talking because they
Yeah,
weren't
dude.
that far away from us.
Well, they've got to be like into nudist stuff
I don't
or
know.
something like
They
that.
must be because it was weird. We were all like, what the heck?
So we just left immediately. Like,
And also,
we'll
it's
go.
not like a nude beach.
No.
And it's like not a private beach either. It's hidden, so not many people go there, but like
But
other
also, I'm
people-
sure if
yeah.
you've never been and you just don't know sometimes, I'm sure people are like, oh, this is probably okay if there's no signage or
Yeah,
whatever.
maybe.
it just
It was
made me
kinda
feel
weird.
weird
We just-
watching the
we just
naked
left
people wrestle
immediately.
in the water.
Like,
Yeah.
let's
No,
go.
I get that. It's the truth. But what else? Anything else in Hawaii that is worth mentioning?
The food's always baller.
Food's always good. I mean, it's just coffee, acai, ice cream. We
Yeah.
had the one steak fries at this
Oh
place.
yeah, baller.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
They were
Love that.
delicious. Probably
us-
the best thing we had the whole time.
Yeah. Got us a bunch of one of the coffee shops. You take home like the jars that they make, just like a glass jar. Got a bunch of those. Went twice just to make sure we had all new glasses for some coffee here.
Love that. Love that.
I don't know. Basically it. I mean, really, we don't do that much. We make sure, if you've never been, I make sure you see everything. And then we just kind of do,
Beach. We
Beach.
go to the beach.
probably killed like 40 frogs, dude.
Yeah.
We went to Polihale, the dirt road,
Yeah.
but on the way out, frogs everywhere. I couldn't miss them. Like
Felt
I
like
was
Paul
trying,
Atreides.
I was trying to miss them, and I couldn't.
So
like,
you'd step on them?
no,
No,
driving.
the car would just drive over them.
Oh.
Like driving out, I was like, "There's
Did
nowhere
you
for me."
honk?
Yeah,
And they just wouldn't move.
No, they just wouldn't move.
nowhere for me to go to avoid these frogs.
And there was a lot too. Like they were all over the place. Probably like
cute?
no, they were big, huge bullfrogs.
Yeah,
like
they're
they
cool.
weren't
Oh,
little
okay.
frogs.
They're
They were
scary.
like this big.
Okay, yeah, it's fine then.
I felt bad. I probably 30, 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like that's crazy. That's wild actually.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, how's New York?
Yeah. Tell us about New York, Seth. You saw
Well, let's see. I've been on a couple trips since we last chatted.
okay, big baller,
What can I say?
deep pockets.
No. Went to DC, which was fun. Then I went to Atlanta, which is worth mentioning primarily because I got to see One Battle After Another just in 70 millimeter film at the Plaza Theater there, which was awesome.
Is that screen small? It looked kind of small on your.
It's a little bit smaller. It's just super wide format, which was cool.
Okay.
And the colors, were great. Film's awesome. And then that was worth mentioning. That was a fine trip. And then Zoe and I, we went to New York this past week. And that was a ton of fun. We got to do a lot of really great stuff. Saw a couple shows on Broadway. We were also able to see One Battle After Another on VistaVision, which was, man, I can't wait to talk about that movie later, and I'll mention more about it later, but wowza. We ate some great food, had some great steak frites, and we went to the Met, which was amazing. A lot of really cool exhibits and art and just a ton of fun. Like, New York's great. I will say, after 3 days in New York, I was good to go.
Yeah. It can be a lot.
I'm like, I can come back to do other stuff that I'd like to do. I don't physically have the capability of going out for another day and walking around, subwaying around just like for an hour just to get to a place and be in an area and then doing the same thing back. Like, it's definitely a great time. Shout out to our friends Ken and Tristan who let us stay with them while we were there. Shout out to Zoe for having a birthday back in July, where I bought her the tickets to New York.
King.
Very presumptuous that we would still be together, but we are.
Hey, you did it.
And
Big
we will
baller.
be. And she's great. I love her.
Bang.
Yeah.
Good recap, honestly.
Yeah.
I was going to say, before we transition into the movies, for people who don't know, tell us the difference between like regular IMAX, 70 mil IMAX, and then VistaVision.
Yeah. So, give me 1 second.
Well, you don't know it off the top of your head?
I do, but I want to sound more elegant when I say it.
Fair.
Just because I was explaining it the other day and we were talking through it. So basically, I'll just kind of go through VistaVision. So what's cool about VistaVision, it's basically like one of the highest resolutions of film you can ever get. So the resolution on the actual film looks unmatched. The colors look unmatched. Everything pops. The way they actually dye the film is a little bit different. It's in the same... it's the same height as like a IMAX 70 millimeter format, while still being a little bit shorter on the sides. It's not quite as wide as like the IMAX 70 millimeter. The film is just a lot higher resolution. IMAX 70 millimeter is kind of the same thing, a little less when it comes to resolution, but as wide and tall as you can get for a feature film. And essentially, with VistaVision and IMAX 70 versus like a 35 millimeter print, it runs horizontally through the camera, which doubles the frame size. So if you were to just watch it on a regular screen, essentially if you watch it in one of those formats, it doubles the size of the picture and doubles the size on the screen of everything you're seeing. So it's just a lot. Like, you get a lot. I was able to see it on just regular 70 millimeter film too in Atlanta, which wasn't like IMAX or anything, but it's just wider. It's not necessarily taller, it's just wider. And that was cool. I definitely liked it more in IMAX, just digital IMAX, than I liked it in 70. I thought the IMAX was beautiful of this film. I thought it looked really good, and I just saw that here. And then the VistaVision was just like, I wish the VistaVision was still in an RPX theater, which is like Regal's IMAX. It's not quite as big as like an IMAX, but it's as tall, just not as wide. And that's kind of the difference. Does that explain?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just bigger picture, higher resolution, colors, shadows, everything was just... That's really where you get it, is the film is just such a high resolution. There also has not been a film made in VistaVision since 1961. The last film that was made in VistaVision was called One-Eyed Jacks. It's a Western with Marlon Brando. So this film is not... Like, it's been used in little snippets of films, but for a full film, it hasn't been used since 1961. And there's only 7 in the U.S. showing it, which was just like... It felt like you were part of something.
Yeah, that's cool. If you gained any interest from what Seth was just talking about and want to listen to somebody else talk about it for a longer period of time, Ryan Coogler, his breakdown of the film for Sinners and everything is really, really cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, no, it's really awesome. And he doesn't necessarily talk about VistaVision, but there is a DGA podcast with... Steven Spielberg interviewed Paul Thomas Anderson, and they talk about VistaVision in that too. So if you are interested in those formats and just like film in general, those are really cool. Because the Ryan Coogler video is like 13 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the discussion between Spielberg and Paul Thomas Anderson was about 35.
Not too long.
Which, I mean, those are two just absolutely legendary directors.
Dude, so speaking of movies, and I want to talk about 2 that have been out that aren't new movies, but we watched in Hawaii all of the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah.
Which bangers, all of them. I know the 2 newest ones have gotten a lot of hate, but I think they're really fun movies.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how many movies Spielberg has made.
Yeah.
It's like actually insane how many movies he has made, and they're all such high quality. Like, he might be the greatest director of all time.
Spielberg?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a very high possibility that he is one of the greatest.
Like,
of all
just
time.
based off of, like, the quantity and also quality of those movies. Like, nobody else has done that.
I truly do believe so. I used to be like a Spielberg, not hater, but I thought he was overrated. And then when The Fablemans came out, I was so blown away by how good that movie was. I went back and watched basically all of his films. And like, you can't argue that he is not, like, just for like what he's done for the film industry, one of the greatest of all time. And he has consistently been, like, every decade he's been making bangers. Does he have some that have sucked, in my opinion? Yeah, but that's going to happen when you have a 50 plus year film career where, like, you think about it, like Jaws, movie's amazing. You think Indiana Jones, movie's amazing. There's Schindler's, like, his range is insane.
Yeah. And that's why you just brought up
The Fable.
The Fablemans. Allie and I watched that on the plane home from Hawaii. Fantastic movie.
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Impeccable.
Yeah, it's so good. And it's like so emotional and so fun at the same time. Like, watching him discover film
Yeah.
and like how to make movies, even from a kid, like filming his sisters in their house and then just like watching the film strip over and over. Like,
All of the train stuff is amazing.
yeah,
at the
so much
beginning.
fun. The war stuff, like the war film that he made with like his scout troop,
Yeah.
is like so cool. And then like just seeing the progression of that, but then also when it talks about like his family issues, I'm like, it's a like has a big range in the movie itself of like
Yeah.
what his life was about. And obviously it was a little bit dramatized. Is that how you say it? Dramatized, yeah. To make it a movie, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But still, I think it's a really good... I think it makes you respect Spielberg more.
Yeah. I stand by. I think that is his best movie he's ever made. Now, obviously, like, it's new or whatever, but I think the storytelling and the actual, like, I mean, if I'm being, like, Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan are better movies, whatever. But, like, The Fablemans, what's great about it is it's obviously so personal to him, but it makes you feel and really believe that it's personal to you too. Like, someone's letting you in such a fantastic way through film. That's like his storytelling method, right? It's always been film. And when he lets you in on that, it's a beautiful movie. No,
Not as good as Hook, but
True.
Yeah, except Hook is his least favorite movie that he's ever directed. He's openly said that. He regrets making that movie, which is shocking to me.
Hook bangs.
I like Hook a lot. Should we talk about One Battle After Another, though? Because there's a lot of things I want to say.
Yes, of course we should.
And transitioning into it, Steven Spielberg, in that interview, one of my favorite things is he immediately says, he's like, I watched this movie and then I immediately watched it 2 more times after I was done because I was so enthralled by it. He's like, I've seen it 4 times now. I love it more each time. It's amazing. And like, obviously, like, when a director like Steven Spielberg says that, like, you know it's going to bang. But then, like, Martin Scorsese came out and talked about it and just raved about it. All these directors have come out because Paul Thomas Anderson's one of those directors that, like, if you know film a little bit, you probably haven't heard his name. If you know film a good bit, you've probably heard his name at some point. He just makes good movies. Like, even when it's something you're not too interested in, like, he still makes really good movies. And this one might be in my top 3 favorites of his. I love this movie. Like, I immediately, when I watched it in IMAX, after I watched it in 70, I was like, oh, this movie's a masterpiece. Like, I love it. And I texted you guys and I said, I think it's by far the best movie of the year. And I kind of stated out the reasons why I thought that. And I saw it on IMAX and I was like, it just reinforced that. Then when I saw it on VistaVision, I was like, no, this movie is like fantastic on every level. Like I told you guys, I said, if we only this year, if every other movie was like a 2-star movie, but we only got Sinners and One Battle After Another, like I would consider it a good year in film just because those two movies are so next level good. But the thing about it is we've also gotten
So many
great movies.
So many.
That I'm like, with the upcoming slate, I think this year is going to be one of the best years. Like last year, like every year is just great lately, I feel like.
It's frustrating too because like me and Landon have talked about it a little bit before, but so many people have been like, movies this year have sucked. I'm like, in what world? In what world have the movies this year sucked? In the last 3 weeks, I've changed my top 10 movies of the year twice. That's never happened before.
Yeah. I'm changing it almost weekly. Like I don't know. And everyone always asks like, well, it's just because you just saw that one. But I'm like, no, I'm watching these movies. Like I'm also rewatching these movies a lot. Like I've watched Companion a bunch since it came out. I've watched Sinners a bunch since it came out. I've watched all these movies quite a bit, and I feel confident in my ratings. Like, obviously, there's certain movies that I put in there that got knocked out real quick, like The Surfer. Whatever. We move forward. But, like...
That movie should have never been in your top 10 of the year, Seth.
True. But then, like... I'm like, it's not necessarily the newness effect of it. It's just the pure fact that these are good movies. Like... I mean, One Battle After Another is one of those movies that you see and you're like, whether you love it or hate it, which I think right now it's still at 4.4 on Letterboxd. I think it's the highest rated movie on Letterboxd ever. It's impeccable. Like, you can't say, like, even if you just look at the car chase sequence, you can't tell me that isn't phenomenal filmmaking.
Yeah.
With, like, I don't know about you guys, but during the car chase sequence, I genuinely felt car sick.
Yes.
Like
going up and down.
And like, it felt like I was on front of the car and I was like, wow. But Lan, what did you think of One Battle After Another?
It was, yeah, it's a lot. And like, even just the message of it is awesome. And I think like crazy, he said he's been working on it like what, 20 years?
20 years.
And to have it come out right now is insane timing. And
Yeah.
that's why a lot of people online are pissed on a certain political spectrum because they're like, don't see this movie. It's just, But I thought it was really good. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't say I talk crap on Leo, but this is probably my favorite Leo performance.
He's great, dude.
Killed it.
And like Benicio del Toro,
Oh,
I think
dude.
he was
amazing.
He was probably my favorite part. But then also, I mean, what's her name? Chase Infinity, insane.
Yeah. Also, she's been in like one other movie ever.
Yeah.
Well, she was in the one with Jake Gyllenhaal, right, on Apple.
Yeah.
So not a
Presumed
movie.
Innocent.
Yeah, presumed
She was in
innocent,
that. That's
yeah.
the first thing I saw her
Tiana
in.
Taylor.
Tiana Taylor
Regina
was.
Hall.
Yeah.
Well, it's
oh my
crazy.
gosh.
Sean Penn.
I watched the one you made Dallin get.
Oh yeah.
What's it called?
Something.
Sorry,
River.
I'm just
Mystic River.
Mystic
Oh,
River.
Mystic River's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched Mystic River on the flight home because Sean Penn's in that,
He's
right?
that dog.
And then like seeing him from that to this, I'm like,
Completely different.
No, Sean
Wild.
Penn, I just want to be clear.
Has range.
Sean Penn in this movie, if he doesn't win Best Supporting Actor thus far this year, I'm like, he is so good in this movie. And like, I think, you know what's funny about the political stuff? And I was talking to someone about this the other day because they hadn't realized that it's been being written for 20 years. From what I heard, and what's funny is the movie isn't about one side or the other, because when all that stuff was written was when a Democrat was in office. Not saying that not saying anything on the political side, but it's like people are mad at it because it shows true for them. But also, like, I think what's great about it and why I really like the political commentary, especially when you know that background, it's like history repeats itself. And the only way we can try and do better is by addressing it, realizing that both sides can be wrong and just trying to do better. Like, for me, and again, I don't know if it's true or not. From what I understand, it was from an interview that he was writing all the immigration stuff during Obama's period when he was doing the mass deportations. And there was detention centers back then, so it was happening. We just didn't have as much social media and stuff like that. And I'm not saying anything about Obama or Trump or anything like that, but like, I do think it's silly to me that like, I just think it looks at politics and how silly everything is. Like, truly in the sense of like, hey, just remember that like human beings are the most important thing. Democrat, Republican, who gives a shit? We just need to be better at treating human beings with like they're human, no matter where they're from, no matter what they're doing, no matter what's going on. And I liked it because I thought it did that. It's one of those political movies that makes fun of both sides in a lot of senses. I mean, even Leo at one point when he's talking on the phone, he's like, you liberal piece of shit.
So funny.
And it's
so funny.
It's like, no, and the characters are all so layered. Like, the storytelling is phenomenal. Like, we don't even get to, I look at it as like a 2-act movie where you have like the first act of like all the revolution stuff, and then you have the second. And you don't get to the second piece, which you think you're going to spend the majority with. You do, but it's like an hour in. And then you have 2 more hours. It's a 3-hour movie, does not feel like 3 hours.
No.
It does what Sinners did so well, where it feels like you're out before you're even in, but you feel full afterwards. You're like, that was a fantastic meal.
Well, that's why I'm like, it's the first movie I've gone to. I mean, I didn't go with either of you. I went with like Megan and Mikey and Haley, but first movie I've been to where everyone was like 5-star across the board.
Yeah.
And like usually, you know, we're like pretty mixed, but Sinners was 5 stars across the board, and then this was 5 stars across the board, which I'm like,
yeah. Well, I think
says something.
That's the thing too, is I feel like even like like crazy movie fans who just love movies with all their heart love this movie because it's entertaining. It's funny. Like, it's so funny.
That's what I was going to say.
The Christmas Adventures Club thing is so funny.
Yeah. I love a movie that has very serious, like the overall tone of the movie is very serious, but then it's also like you will laugh out loud multiple times. I saw it with Allie, me and her, and we were watching it, and this dude was like just busting up laughing like so loud, and she leaned over to me and goes, "That's Seth."
That's funny. Yeah.
So funny.
When we saw it in Atlanta, I was laughing the whole time because, like, first of all, it starts off with the whole like Get Up thing.
It's crazy.
Which is so
insane,
but so funny. It's like the most like ridiculous thing in the world. And then everything with those characters is so funny. Leo's character, what I really like about Leo in this movie is it is one of those movies where like I feel this way in 90% of his movies. I just want to be clear. I know you guys are a little bit mixed on certain things, but like it's the first Leo movie where not even for a second did I see Leonardo DiCaprio. I just saw Bob the whole movie. But what's crazy is I really liked it because the character is so different from the first to the second. Like,
yeah.
It's really that evolution when he falls off the roof. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
about pissed myself.
They're getting tased.
Yeah. When they're asking him the questions and he's like, I've done a lot of drugs lately.
Yeah.
Smoking a lot of pot, done some other heavy drugs. I was laughing so hard. Yeah. Kind of fried my brain. I can't remember this stuff.
Yeah.
So funny. Every time he was on the phone with that guy.
Yeah.
Was just like peak comedy.
Oh, it's hilarious. Because it's like, and again, it's the seriousness of the situation where he's like, I don't know, man. I'm tripping out here. And then he'd take another hit and everyone in the audience at the same time laughs because that's like such a thing that like, while maybe you haven't done that, you know people who are like that, who are like stressed about something and then they do the thing that's stressing them out in the same moment, and it's just ridiculous. Yeah, and the car chase sequence is amazing. The everything with the Christmas Adventurers Club is hilarious. The true Chase Infinity is so good.
So good. The other scene that I was laughing so hard at was when her friends came to pick her up.
Oh yeah,
Oh
dude.
my gosh. That's one of the funniest scenes in a movie I've probably ever seen.
Yeah, you always knock that loud in other
Yeah.
places.
And he just kept calling him, like Leo just kept calling him Holmes.
Yeah.
And then when he's like, "What's up, SA?" So funny.
He's like, I'm not talking to you, SA.
Yeah.
Get in the fucking car.
So funny. It's like, I don't know. For me, I know for you, Seth, you said it's the movie of the year. I think for me, Sinners still edges that out.
Yeah.
But it's not like clear 1, 2. It's like,
I think it's what you enjoy more.
yeah.
Like for me, like I don't think like, and I'll admit that I don't think on like a cinematic level there's one above the other. Like I think that they are both perfect movies in their own way. I truly just think it comes down to like, for you as a film lover, what do you enjoy more? And like for me, because I went back, anytime I'm going to say a movie's better than Sinners, I'm going to watch Sinners again.
Yeah.
Because for me, Sinners was so good. And when I watched it again, the true thought that came across my mind was, you know, Sinners is just as good as One Battle After Another. There's not one that's better than the other, in my personal opinion, like you're saying. But for me, One Battle After Another is my kind of movie. Sinners is too, but like, I mean, you know me, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and those movies that are a little bit more meditative and not like a little bit more fantasy based and all that stuff. I love that shit. And the dialogue was amazing. Sean Penn was amazing. That's the thing, is everyone gives a fantastic performance.
So good.
There's not a bad performance in the movie. The ending, not going to spoil anything, but the ending
With Sean Penn
was hilarious.
Yeah.
But the ending with DiCaprio on the road, that's all I'll say, was like heartbreaking. And it was like one of those things where I was like, holy cow. That's what I think is so good about it is, and it's the same thing with Sinners, is it mixes so many different stories that you love to see. A father-daughter story, a political drama, a comedy, a true just like masterpiece. Even like we have a Mexican Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad situation.
So funny.
Hilarious.
Benicio was so good.
Yeah, when they're interrogating the kids in the school. Do I look like your parents?
Oh,
yeah, kind of.
So funny. Dude, honestly, like, the more we talk about it, the more I realize how funny of a movie it actually is.
Yeah. Dude, I would... It sucks that you guys missed it in IMAX.
Yeah.
I really think you guys should see it again, though, in theaters one more time before it's out. Because it is also, I think it's better on a second watch. You're just able to ingest more from it.
And now I know when I can pee, because that
Literally.
long is...
Yeah, it's a long movie.
I mean, it's not, it didn't feel long, but
But
like...
it's still long on the like,
Yeah,
2 hours and 50
But-
minutes is still 2 hours and 50
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
I will say, if we're talking though, like comparisons of the two, like I'm with Jax, where like Sinners for me is like still up there above it, and I think like the main reason is like the music aspect of it.
Yeah, I get...
Because,
that
like,
makes sense.
I mean, the music scene is crazy. Like even original songs, like they're all insane.
Yeah.
But then even like the background,
Not all of them.
not that one. But I'm saying like even just like just like when they're driving in the car, like the background music is just like so sick to me, and it like never stops. And so like on that, and I don't know, I just like Michael B. Jordan.
Well, and I think
But,
that's
like,
Sexy.
true.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that makes sense, right? I think that's really where it comes down to like what movie, like personally for you, do you enjoy more? It's like for you, it's the music.
Yeah.
And obviously everything else is phenomenal. Like, also, I will say though, and I know you're not saying it isn't. The score for One Battle After
No,
Another
Is
rocks.
great. Yeah, it's good.
It is. It
And I
is
know
really
you're
good.
not saying it
yeah.
isn't. I just was like, I had to talk about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
score.
yeah.
Yeah.
The score is sick. The other thing too, I don't know. There was moments in this score that I felt like it was kind of like highest to lowest, where it was like piano-y like that, and I was like, this is kind of weird, but like I'm
It
in.
worked.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
works
worked.
more than highest
Then
to
yeah,
lowest.
Yeah,
for
highest
sure.
to lowest
But like there
sucks.
was moments where I was like, oh, this is kind of weird.
I went and watched High to Low, the film that's like the original film by Akira Kurosawa that like is based off the book too. And yeah, Highest to Lowest is
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, the second half I still think is fun.
They absolutely butchered the source material.
Yeah.
The second
Second
half
half
is
is fun.
very good.
Yeah,
But-
but it's only good because they made it intense and it's more Denzel and more ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna ask though, Seth, is Sorry Baby, is that like your third now?
It is.
Or is it your second?
so
It
what's
is.
your top 5? Yeah. Okay. Quick question for you before we jump into a top 5.
Okay.
If somebody asked you what movie, like say they haven't seen a movie all year, and you're just recommending to them one movie from this year, what movie is it?
Well, it depends on like
I think it depends on who it is. Like, if it's someone like Kirby, that's like a film guy, but somehow hasn't seen a movie this year, I'm probably going to say One Battle After Another. If it's like someone who's like a casual fan of movies, I'm going to say Sinners, only because they're just as good as each other. But I do think One Battle After Another is definitely more for like film like lovers. Not saying that like you can't love it if you're not a film lover, but I think Sinners is a movie that truly everyone will love. I haven't heard a single bad thing about Sinners. And I actually haven't about One Battle After Another either, but fewer people I know have seen One Battle After Another.
Fair. Fair.
I think my top 5 are, I think one of them I'm going to talk about later in the podcast.
Okay.
2 movies recently have entered my top 5.
Oh yeah. Okay. We still haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
oh
I'll end off.
Yeah. I'll start. My top 5 so far for the year from me, I have Sinners at 1, One Battle After Another at 2, Neja 2 at 3, The Long Walk at 4, and Superman at 5.
Nice. Lan, what are you looking at?
I think for me I'm going Sinners at number 1, One Battle After Another, Sorry Baby at 3, and then I think I'm taking Weapons at 4, and even I don't know, it's either The Long Walk or Superman at 5, and I can't really
Yeah.
figure it out because they're very opposite
Yeah.
movies. One
Yeah.
is very hope and the other one is not.
Yeah. Fair. I am on the spectrum of One Battle After Another, Sinners, Sorry Baby, funny enough, Neja 2,
Banger.
and number 5 is The Smashing Machine. I'll talk about that movie in a little bit. But I feel like we're all pretty similar on where we're at. I think, like, for example, you both have The Long Walk. I love The Long Walk. I think for me, I think like Neja 2, that's a pick purely based on like, holy cow, how is this movie real? I love everything about it. Sorry Baby, I've obviously talked about. Sinners and One Battle After Another we just talked about. And The Smashing Machine I'll talk about here in just a sec because you guys haven't seen it, but I'll kind of give my thoughts. But it's like one of those things where I can understand anybody's list unless it's like egregious.
Yeah, like The Surfer.
Yeah, facts. What dumb bitch would put that in their top 5 or 10?
That movie pissed me off.
Every movie you see is just 5 stars and you put it in your top 5.
Hey,
I mean,
sometimes
it's kinda,
you do.
Sometimes. but
Sometimes
it's
you,
okay.
sometimes you do that. It's not a bad thing.
I do.
My 2024 top 5 are all bangers also.
But do you know what my new rule is?
What?
I have to see a movie twice before it goes in my top 5 now.
Really?
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like The
that's
Smashing
fair.
Machine wouldn't be in my top 5 if I didn't go and see it a second time.
That's fair.
Neja 2, watched it again on Plex, put it in. right? Sorry Baby I've seen 3 times. It's in. Sinners I've seen probably 15 times. It's in.
Yeah,
That's
banger.
my new rule is I'm like, if I see a movie upon initial and it comes out and I'm like, oh, that could be a top 5 for me. Like One Battle After Another, that's one of those movies that after you see it once, you know.
Yeah.
Like in Sinners, after you see it once, you know. But certain movies do need more time to marinate. Like, well, do you guys want to talk more about your top 5? Or do you
No,
want
I
to
think
talk
you
about
can
your
jump
Smash?
into
We've
it.
talked about it
yeah,
a lot.
jump into Smashing Machine.
Okay, so this is kind of, I mean, interesting in the sense of I saw the Smashing Machine with Zoe, her sister Caitlin, and her brother-in-law Britt. And going into this movie, I knew I was very excited. Like, I love the Safdie brothers, and I know they had a rift, so they went their own ways when it came to making movies this year. But I watched it the first time, and it kind of like was not what I expected at all from a storytelling perspective. And so it caught me off guard to a point when it was over. I was like, I don't know if I love that, but I know there's something about it that I like love completely. I like knew from all the stuff that you know about, like, you know when you love a performance and you know when you love certain filmmaking aspects. I feel like the story is really where this one, I was like, I don't know what it is, but I know I love something that I'm not quite seeing. So I saw it on a Thursday, and then Friday I went and saw it in IMAX. I went back and I saw it in IMAX. The Smashing Machine is a movie that I don't know if everybody will love. In fact, I think most people probably won't love it. I think most people will be like, it was good. I think it's a 4-star, 3.5-star, 4-star movie. For me, it is so good. And why I love it is it's not like most biopics where it's like very straightforward how they're telling the story. Like the beginning says, like, this movie's following Mark Kerr. The events take place from 1997 to 1999. So it takes place between 2 years. And 1997 is only like 2 minutes of the movie. And then it immediately goes into 1998. And like, it feels like there's so much that's left out. Whereas like a traditional biopic, it feels like everything that you would think should be put in is put in. It's not till I watched it a second time that I realized that, like, oh, he is being very specific with the story he wants to tell. And he's leaving out the stuff that most people would put in, kind of like the fluff, because as an audience member, we like that when certain answers are given to us. So, for example, there's time in between fights where you feel like you should see what's going on with this guy's life, and he just doesn't give us time with it. And it's kind of jarring in a sense of, I'm like, well, don't I need to know something? Don't I need to, like, shouldn't you be giving me that information? But what's so great, and I knew when I went in, I know I was like, The Rock's going to be great. The Rock's going to be great. I genuinely can sit here, stand here 10 toes down. The Rock is amazing in this movie. The reason The Rock's amazing, I'm just going to say it, it's because he's not being a movie star Rock. He's not trying to blow he's not trying to do the whole, like, look at me thing. He's not being rambunctious. He's not being like, he's so understated in a sense where, like, disappears into the role is always said, but like, I always remembered it was The Rock because it's The Rock. He's him. He's huge. There's all that stuff. But there were stretches of the movie for like 25, 30 minutes that I was like, I just saw Mark Kerr. I saw this UFC fighter who was dealing with all these problems. I saw this person who's dealing with this relationship that's very toxic and negative. And same thing for Emily Blunt. I didn't see Emily Blunt the entire movie. I just saw this woman who was so dependent on this man, and he was so dependent on her, that they got all of their happiness from each other. And when that was broken a little bit, they crumbled as characters. And the direction and the editing are so smooth and good that like the UFC fights, you have an idea of what you think a UFC fight would be edited together as, and it just completely is not. Like it's so, like there's probably 5 minutes of the movie that actually is shown in a ring with fighting. Everything else is just about this man and the struggles he's gone through and what he's been doing. And I really loved it. I really connected with it. I thought the story was just impeccable. I think certain statements that were being made were really powerful, and also just like showing that like the UFC as we know it now like couldn't have happened without these people who put their lives on the line for next to nothing when it comes to actual money. And it also is like about the cost of the price of success and what that actually means. And I don't want to go, sorry, I'm going kind of long on this, but I really love the movie. First time I watched it, I didn't get too emotional or cry or anything. Second time I watched it, I cried a lot. I think there's a couple of scenes with The Rock where I genuinely was heartbroken. Like this guy, Mark Kerr, is such like it's so interesting. So that it made it into my top 5. That movie, I think, like I told Jax when we were at the gas station, I said, I don't know if you and Landon will love it. Like, I don't know. Like, it's one of those movies that I don't know how I would recommend it to people. I would probably recommend it with an asterisk of like, you're either going to like this movie or you're not. Like, I can't guarantee, like, if you come to me and tell me you don't like this movie, I'm not going to question it. Like, I'll talk to you about why you didn't like it, but like, I can understand why you didn't. But for me, I'm like, it's everything a movie should be. It kind of redefines how biopics, like, in my opinion, could and should be written sometimes. But yeah.
Fair.
Sorry, that was a lot.
I'll see it.
Yeah, I just pulled up showtimes for tomorrow night. So
you guys are going to have to go check it out, dude. It's good. But I do want to hear, you guys saw The Roofman plus Tron Aries. I do want you guys to tell me about those.
I'll give it to you real fast, both of them. Roofman, exactly what you would expect it to be, because it's funny. Channing Tatum's great. Maybe one of his like best performances.
That's what I've heard.
21 and 22 Jump Street are still like my favorite of his, but
Best.
really good. I even thought Kirsten Dunst was awesome. Like, it felt a little long at some points, but at the same time, it felt like it needed to, like, the things that it felt long with, like, it still needed to go over to make everything work.
Yeah.
But I think I gave it 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I also gave it 4. Honestly, same feelings that Landon just expressed. I think that it's a fun movie. It's also funny. Like, you will laugh out loud multiple times.
Okay.
And I would recommend it for people. It's not long either. It's like an hour, 49 minutes, which is a pretty short movie. So if you have some free time and want to go see a movie, I'd recommend this one. But then Tron, I liked a lot about Tron.
Number one most anticipated.
Disliked a lot about Tron. I'm very disappointed in the movie, though. Because, again, it was my number one most anticipated. And I think for good reason. Like I said, if you listen to the podcast when we talked about that, the potential that Tron has never been like achieved. Like, it's never come close to its potential. It's always been underwhelming.
Yeah, I do love Tron Legacy though.
Well, and a lot of people love Tron Legacy, but I still think like it's a fun movie and it's good, but I still don't think that it like hits its
What
potential.
like
You know, there's so much that Tron could be, and it fell so short. Visually, it's beautiful. It's really fun to watch. We saw it in IMAX. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much if we didn't see it in IMAX. Yeah. So if you want to see it and have time, see it in IMAX.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the critique that you'll see online is against Jared Leto. Terrible person.
Yeah.
Don't stan him in any way. He isn't bad in the movie, but he also doesn't bring anything to the table.
Yeah.
So, like, he's not going to take you out of the movie, but he doesn't add any value to it. Like, he's just kind of there. And he's, one of the main characters, right? The movie's named after him, right?
Yeah.
And so, for him to be that level of importance of a character and feel like he doesn't add any value to this movie is, like, kind of wild.
Yeah.
So I have an issue with that. And then I also just have an issue with, like, that the storyline in general is just very surface level.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's exactly what you'd expect. Like I said to you earlier, it's exactly what you'd expect from Disney at this moment. Like when Disney makes a movie, you're never expecting it to be fantastic.
Yeah.
You're just expecting it to be fine.
Except for Avatar.
Fair.
Okay.
But like it's like when they make a Marvel movie now, you know, like nobody really goes into Marvel movies right now with high expectations. It's just kind of like there. And that's exactly what this movie was.
No, I get that.
I gave it 3.5 stars, by the way.
Awesome.
I give
Purely-
it 4, purely based off of
The visuals.
Visuals.
Also, like, I don't know, people would probably hate me for this, but like, I don't love Nine Inch Nails, and like, the music was fine. I think like they could have done. It just sucks going from Daft Punk to this,
Yeah.
because I'm like, it could have been so much better. Like I said to Jax, give John Bellion the reins and let him do his thing, and it would go crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine. The one thing that did piss me off is you have what's his name, Cameron Monaghan, for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And that guy's sick, and you just wasted him.
And his scene is cool, too. Like, he's cool in his scene, and then
He's just gone.
he's gone.
That sucks.
But anyway, if you are going to see it, like, IMAX is the only way to go. I would not go see it if it wasn't in
Yeah. If
IMAX.
I'm
Yeah.
going to see it, I need to see it now.
Definitely. I'll probably never watch that movie again, unless I just decide to, in the future, watch the trilogy.
Put it on. Okay. Well, that's sick. Tron Aries, 3.5.
4.
And then Roofman, both of you at 4.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see Roofman. Tron Aries, I don't know.
I think see it. Like, I think just go see it. If you have time, obviously your schedule's a little crazy. If you have time to squeeze in an IMAX showing of it, see it.
I
If
guess I
not,
could go. I'm going to be real close to the IMAX that I used to go to in Dallas. So maybe I'll just stop by there one of the nights I'm at my show and see it.
yeah.
That might make sense, to be completely honest with you.
And if you can't make an IMAX showing, honestly, don't go see it.
Yeah. I mean, if I don't, I'll just put on at home
Yeah.
and see. But no, that's amazing. I love movies. I think we all love movies. We have Black Phone 2, which comes out this week. I think next week, I'll just give a quick rundown for the rest of October even for you. And maybe some that we would like. We're going to check them out. We'd recommend you checking them out. So Black Phone 2 and Good Fortune come out this week. I think we'll probably all see both of those, as well as Frankenstein releases in theaters. If it's in a theater near you, go and check it out. And then we have next week, we have the Bruce Springsteen biopic with Jeremy Allen White, which looks amazing, honestly. We also have Shelby Oaks, which is the horror movie that Chris Stuckman made that looks scary
Terrifying.
as hell.
Yeah.
And then to end off October, we have Begonia. I believe that's how you say it. That's the new Jesse Plemons, Emma Stone movie from Yorgos Lanthimos. That looks awesome too, honestly. I think there's a ton of good stuff for the rest of October. We're going to do our best to bring you guys some content for most of those movies, one way or another. I'm also going to start doing movie theater reviews as I'm traveling and going to all these theaters. I'm going to do that. Anything you guys would like to leave off on this 30th episode of the pod?
Just go see movies.
Yeah. Watch one at home.
Yeah. Just honestly, like, turn on a movie that you've never seen. Write a review about it.
Yeah. I do recommend that. Sometimes, like, just watch a movie that you've never seen, that you've potentially heard good things about, or even if you haven't, even if it's just a movie, you read the description, you're like, that sounds good. get outside the comfort zone of watching movies you've repeatedly watched and watching a new movie. It's like the best way I can describe to find even just love for movies, I think, is watching those movies that like maybe you wouldn't normally watch. But yeah, Landon, anything from you?
No, just watch stuff. I think me and Jax are both at 300. No, you're 311 this
311
year. I'm
this
310
year.
this year. So
Whatever,
like
man.
we're just just watch things.
I am not doing good. I am. If we look at, I just want to actually see if I can look at this before we go.
You want me to pull up your letterbox?
No, please don't. I am about at. I'm at 205.
King.
So you guys are 100 ahead of me.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you guys.
Thank you.
You guys truly love movies more than me. I hate movies and you love them.
Facts, dude.
And
I'm glad you finally recognized.
what do you know?
That's why we made this podcast, is to help you realize that.
Falling in love and working and traveling as much as I do stops you from watching as many movies. But that's not an excuse.
Hey, you got them plane rides. Stop playing Madden. Turn on some movies.
Or I could just turn on the movie while I'm playing Madden.
Yeah, but then you're not watching the movie.
So you guys are at 310 new movies this year?
No, not new movies.
No, just total movies.
Total.
Okay. So maybe back off. I'll watch a movie I've already seen.
Do it.
To be fair, I didn't. See, my thing is, I need to be better at Letterboxd because, like, since I didn't put these movies on, I watched When Harry Met Sally on the flight to New York. I watched Casper and Halloween Town on the flight back. Haven't ranked, so I just need to go in and log some.
Yeah,
movies
just
I
log
haven't
some
logged.
movies.
But yeah, no. Jax peed on Letterboxd.
Gang.
Lando peed on Letterboxd. Source19 on Letterboxd. Follow us on TikTok. It's Movie Time Pod. It's Movie Time Pod on Instagram. And then YouTube, if you look up It's Movie Time Podcast, you'll find us. We love talking about movies. We want to share that love with everyone. So it's been episode 30. We'll see you next time.
Bang.